Ladies and gentlemen, speaker number 2, Steve Olson. Steve Olson, speaker number 2.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine going back to the 1900s where there was no Toastmasters? We would have been robbed of hearing such a speech as Barbara just gave. And that was a very enjoyable, very fun speech. We would have been robbed of that opportunity. One thing I'd like to mention is something that we really don't talk about in evaluations a lot, and that's stage presence. And there's various ways of doing stage presence. You can adopt the power pose, you can lean in, but the other thing that you can do is wear bright clothing. It focuses the eye, it brings it. And Barbara, I don't know if you did this on purpose or not, but that pink outfit was gorgeous, and it worked. It kept our attention focused right on you. You also used very great, vivid descriptions of what was going on. Cacophony of sounds. Choking on that dust. That was phenomenal. It really brought me back to that time. There were some opportunities in there where maybe you could have worked in the smell of the oil and gas of those Model Ts that were coming up, the noise of their engines maybe, things like that. But overall, I thought your descriptions were spot on, and I really appreciated them. I love a nostalgia story, but I think we had some ways of making a great story even better. For example, you ask the audience, which is a great way to start something, have you ever wished that you were somebody else? Wow. Well, that got me thinking for a second, because you did not pause after the question. You didn't give the chance to sink in or give me a chance to think of an answer. Well, maybe I would want to be somebody else. It was, would you like to be somebody else, fellow Toastmasters? Give us a pause. Slow down a little bit in the beginning. It'll even more improve the way that hits. Secondly, can you imagine? You said that multiple times throughout. And I took that as kind of the theme of your presentation. But it was said kind of as a throwaway. Refrigerators were invented, can you imagine? Hit it hard. Refrigerators were invented. Can you imagine? I would have been there for the birth of the Model T. Can you imagine? That would really punch it up and give it something that the audience could hang on to. Finally, I would use your entire window a little bit more. You were fairly stagnant in the beginning. Now, towards the end, yes, you did. You were casting that pole, and it was great. Overall, I think it was a wonderful speech. I really enjoyed being brought back in time. The vivid descriptions brought it alive, but I think there's a few things that could have been done to make it even better. Thank you, Mr. Contest Chair.